What it does, what is poppin', what is crack-a-lackin', everybody. My name is Festive Glee C.
Ooh, and this is Naughty or Nice Nose Dog.
Oh, and I am Santa's favorite son, Dan.
Oh, wow.
and welcome to episode 111 of Bad Habits of Podcast, the final episode of 2022. And we're starting it off in a festive way. The boys are in the building. Daniel's back from the small island. Noshi's in Toronto. I'm out here with the Yeezys. What's cracking, fellas? What's news? What's poppin'? Talk to me.
Notion can go first.
Out here, just fucking keeping it 1,000 as every day as best as we can.
All right. Wow.
Aww,
Yeah.
that is so inspiring.
I like that.
I'm a positive kind of guy, you know what I mean?
I get you. I just came back from this island in the Caribbean called Trinidad and Tobago.
How was that
which
shit?
was it was incredible. Honestly, it was so good. Like, I thought genuinely I was under the impression that it would be very similar to Jamaica, but it was nothing like Jamaica. It's crazy. It's like so different. It's mad, but like it's so good. The food obviously was like the best, and like it was just such a great experience. 30 degrees every day. I went on a boat one of the days. Just spent my day on a boat, laying in the ocean, chilling, soaking up sun, getting sunburnt and that. Met great people. Met a lot of Mel's friends. It was great. It was a great experience. I would definitely go back again, 100%.
No shit. What was the best food you ate?
The best food. That's hard. Well, I had something. I went to this beach and I had something called bacon shark, and essentially bacon's like this dough thing. I'm not too sure what it is. It's kind of like what you'd put a patty in between, but instead of regular patty, they put like deep fried shark with you have a bunch of vegetables in it, and it's like you can choose all your different like sauces you want inside it, all different veggies. It's incredible. That was so good.
Baker shark? B-A-K-E-R?
Bacon.
Or bacon.
You can see I got on my top actually.
Oh, bacon shark. Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna ask Josh about it.
Yeah, he'll know. And yeah, it was lit. It was so good. Definitely go back again.
Fuck yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you. Anything else you were like you were gonna say another piece of food that you had that was fire?
Sorry. There's a huge Indian influence over there, which I didn't even know about. And essentially, I had the best roti with chana, pumpkin, potatoes. It was so sick. I loved it. That was on my final night. Oh, I also went to this place called Texas de Brazil. They have it in America as well, and it's basically one of them like Brazilian steakhouses place. And they come around with the meats, and you know, you have like a little thing which you flip over if you want more meat, and if you don't, less meat. Pause. Yes. You just flip the thing over. But that was like the most full I think I've ever been. I had crazy food. Like, I had some amazing wings, some picanha, some beef ribs, fucking filet mignon, so many things. It was incredible. And the fattest carrot cake, bigger than Notion's head.
That's glorious. Any good beers?
I forgot to send you this picture. There's this place, there's a microbrewery that we found, probably the only one on the island, called Tommy's IPA. I didn't actually go, we didn't have any time, but I was going to send you a picture because I was going to go and watch the World Cup there, but unfortunately I didn't get any time.
They fucked you. Okay, that's sick, man. Good for you. I'm glad glad you had a good time and happy to be back in the Arctic tundra that is Canada.
Yes, I'm very happy to be back. Very, very happy. It was as much as I loved it there, I'm very happy to also be back. The journey back was good, I guess, but baggage claim was shit. Got back super late because of it. Immigration was super, super weird. Like the weirdest experience of immigration. Not because it was stressful, but because it was just like they didn't. It was weird. I'll explain after. It was just like so
too
weird.
Much for the pod. Okay, I'd like to hear about that.
But yeah,
good man.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But yeah, good.
Man's back.
And I did a bunch of Christmas shopping today.
Fuck yeah, ready for. I was about to say, man's all ready for Christmas. We're gonna finally all be hanging out over the weekend for a few days, which is glorious. So I've been looking forward to this for a while, to be honest. So we can just like kick it. No show actually be here. which would be amazing with the fam and just fucking Barrington in the building, just eat good and drink some fire and just fucking kick it. To be honest, yeah. I've been looking forward. We have so much. So one of the things we all do, this is for the people, we like to watch, and Notion isn't really on board with this yet, but we're working on it. We like watching shit movies and shit TV shows. Shit just meaning trashy. So like Christmas is like horrible Christmas movies that you're just laughing and be like, what the fuck is this? Like type of thing. And we have a massive list on Netflix. There's so fucking many this year, bro. Like we got them all saved. And unfortunately, Dan and Tiff and I were very upset. Dan's been in Canada. This is Dan's third Christmas. And the first two Christmases, we watched this show, Notion. I'm not sure if you came for like at Clover's last year or the year before for that, but or we forced you to watch it. It was called 12 Dates of Christmas. Does that sound familiar to you?
None of it rings a bell. I just completely cancel it from my mind the second we finish watching it. So I
Fair enough.
Genuinely don't know, but you can run it by me again for sure.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. So this show is so awesomely bad. It's actually, I guess it's pretty bad.
It's good. I actually like it.
We all really like this stuff. We really like this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain what the premise of the show is?
Essentially, you have I think it's 3 main people go into this like mansion, this kind of manor sort of place
in like Austria or something.
In Austria, yeah, and then they essentially choose 3 people to go on dates with, and then during the dates, obviously it doesn't matter how well they go, another person comes and interrupts one of the couple's dates, and they say this line, and I forgot what they call it. What they say.
Yeah. I'm your
but they say
date, or I'm the
but they say something. There's a specific word. It is basically hi, I'm your new date, and essentially they come over and the person who they're dating just leaves, and then they just take
awkward.
Over. It's so awkward. It's like, oh, okay, thanks, bro, thanks. And
there's usually like a straight dude, a straight chick, and then a gay guy. I think for the first year, and the second year was a gay chick. So it was like they have the thing, and they have to eliminate someone. So maybe they'll be on a date with someone. There's like 3 main like what's it called, protagonists that are the main people.
Protagonists,
They'll have like the first round, they'll just send somebody in to meet them, and then they'll be, like Dan said, they'll be on the date, someone else will come, that person will fuck off, and then there's 2, and they all stay in this house together, and then sometimes they can sneak into the bedrooms and all this shit. So the point is that they cancelled that show. So they did 2 seasons, and then there's not going to be one this year. No, not thank God. We're very upset,
I'm sorry to hear it.
Thank you so much.
Very upset. That almost ruined Christmas for me. I almost went back to Montreal.
Almost. He was like, fuck it, I don't want to see him.
Almost.
It's over.
I was like, I don't want to see anyone. I didn't. I just wanted to hang out on my own.
Yeah, I need to just console, just stay in Trinidad. I don't want to be anywhere. I just need to be here. But we have Too Hot to Handle, the latest one. We all saved it because Too Hot to Handle is ridiculous. God. No, you got to get on board with the dumb country. It's brilliant.
It's so good.
It's so dumb and so good.
But we also have this other show. There's another show that I discovered. I was just on my timeline, just scrolling, whatever. And then this TLC tweet. TLC tweet came up, and I was like, oh my God. Like, Christmas is saved. And there's a show, Notion, called MILF Manor. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and basically
it's going to be terrible.
So why hasn't the world exploded yet? Cunts are just making drivel, buddy.
Honestly,
that just sounds like a delight, I guess.
But what I'm looking forward to as well, the way they captioned the tweet, they said, essentially they're trying to find love in Villa with a twist. And I was like, oh, okay. It's going to be interesting.
So they put a whole bunch of MILFs together. I bet they're like kids are helping them get a date or some bullshit. It's going to be insanely dumb. I can't wait. So, Nosh, you're in for a treat.
I think I might actually just put another massive slit scar on the other side of my neck so I don't have to watch them shows.
Nah, because it's good when you're recovering from the slit,
Yeah.
You're going to be mad at me, but my card is full and it stopped recording, so I'm probably just going to rip the audio from the thing this episode.
Okay.
Apology. Sweet. Or I could start it again, but it would fuck up the whole intro.
It's all good, mate.
All right, beauty.
Sweet.
I didn't realize it was all there. So, okay, so that's Christmas. The only update I really have, Barrington won't stop humping me. It's driving me crazy. I'm trying to stop him.
Oh, he's still really humpy.
Like bad, like every single day. I don't know what to do. We tie him up briefly put him in timeout for 5 minutes, just tie the leash to the door, like one of the doors.
God.
But he just
Does
won't
he have his
stop
balls?
hunting.
That's
Yeah,
his balls, right?
that's his balls. So I think when you snip him, he'll stop that. But it's super annoying. He's a cutie. He just won't stop the hunt.
Just give him a fucking, just get one off, mate. Just
Yeah,
sort him
just,
Just rub it out.
just
Just
get it out.
sort him out.
That's all he
No?
wants. It's just a little quick 1-2.
No beat though? Can you do that?
I mean,
No, I don't think you can. I
No,
don't
you
think
can't do that. You can't do that. Just to be clear, we can't do that.
Well,
yeah, it's a little awkward.
I'm just joking.
Oh.
We
Can't
do
that.
not do that. We
But-
don't touch dogs.
But no, we just joke about that. Just to be clear.
There are multiple
Yeah.
podcasters
But yeah, that's
that do.
honestly like, I mean, like when I come over, he can root my slippers
He will.
or something.
Well, he'll root your leg.
Does
He
he
doesn't.
root things on the ground, or is it always attached to you? It's always
Just
you.
me, and it's always me, and it's always like he'll jump up and try to bite my sleeves, and I always try.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got to cut that out, and then when he's doing that straight away, he starts panting, and then he
He
starts
goes for the root, yeah.
and then he goes for
Goes
the
for
root. So I try to be like, sometimes I don't want to hurt him. He's like a 7-month-old puppy, so I push him
Yeah.
off. Sometimes he really annoys me, so maybe I do it a little more forceful, but never like super, just to push him back like 2 feet.
well,
type of
I
thing.
got like I'm very surprised at how like I've been told you could be like more aggressive than I also thought, because I think when I get a dog, I'll be very much like you. I'd always think like something's wrong, or like I can't do this, and like Mel tells me like it's not that deep. Like you can push the dog, like, and like she was playing with her dog at her crib in Trinidad, so aggressive, like this little 1-year-old puppy. She's
Oh,
like
wow.
so aggressive, pushing her and everything. I was like, oh my god, like this
Sweet.
is crazy. Like this is crazy. She was like, what's wrong? Like this is just what you do with dogs. I was like, oh, okay. Like, so basically, it's not that deep, as long as you're not like, don't fucking punch the dog, but like you can push him, and like it's not gonna be that deep. He'll
Okay.
think you're playing anyway.
Good to know. He never comes back angry at me or anything. So
No, because you're not,
Dogs play
not
pretty
hurting him.
they do play pretty aggressive, I guess. He just like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. He's the cutest little guy. So I just want him to
He
fucking
just wants
stop.
to root your leg. I mean, like,
It's a
who
good
doesn't
leg.
want to root your leg?
Listen, I'll let him.
Please, I hope no. Well, because then if he has to stop the behavior. But yes, I'd rather you than me. You know what I'm saying?
Just Dan, one thing, Dan, just let him finish, okay?
Yeah, I'll
Right?
let him.
Just
Just let him go.
the
Just let him
funniest
go.
part.
Maybe that'll make him stop rooting C.
Yeah, maybe. But he humps the air, so he's not even connecting with
He
anything.
approaches like
He holds it, and he's grabbing like your knee or just below the knee, and then he's just humping the air in between. Like,
Gotcha.
so he's not even contact with
There's no
anything.
cock contact.
No, zero cock contact. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That's way better. That's definitely no beasto. We're mad in the clear. Yeah, we even
Yeah.
triple cleared it. No,
Triple
we're
clear.
definitely in the clear.
Definitely no beasto. No beasto happening in this house.
Zero.
The only other little fun, annoying story was, and then we can get into the year-end wrap-up. I get a fucking voicemail. It was like someone called at like 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning, and they were from the passport office. So I'm finalizing my immigration for folks out there. It's the last step. And then I get a guy, and he's like, so your guarantor, you have to put a guarantor. So I put, obviously, my partner, Tiffany. And he goes, her signature doesn't match the back of the photo, that doesn't match the form, that doesn't match her passport that's almost 10 years old. So they basically had to put it on pause, and I had to redo all this shit. And I'm like, every single application along the way, I had to do twice. Every single major step of the way, I had to redo. So, of course, this is what I had to do. So I'm like so annoyed with this shit. Called up, was like, yo, is there a more logical way to do it? Obviously, her people's signature changed. Mine's a squiggle now, but it used to be a proper thing. So, like, it's not the same. If you go and compare it to my Australian passport, what I put on the form, it's not the same signature. So they were like, no, there's no other way. You had to redo the photo. So I had to go down to the shoppers, and then they go, oh, you're wearing a white tee. I was wearing this t-shirt. And they're like, oh, no, you can't wear white. So then I have to go back home, change.
Oh, fuck off.
Do the fucking photo, go back. Tiff had to practice it like a whole bunch of times. Like you have to reprint out one of the pages of the form that had the signature on it. Then I was like, okay, you got to check. When I went to apply in August, there was one place here that had a 5.5 hour wait, and the other place had a 3.5 hour wait. I'm like, let me see if I can get an appointment. So I had an appointment tomorrow in Cambridge, like another city, like half an hour, 45 minutes away. So then I was like, let me just try and go down, because it said 45-minute wait at a local one here. So I printed it out, Tiff signed it, went down. The guy told me on the phone that you just call up when you rock up. You give them this number, this code thing, like a ticket number or whatever, and they put you to the like. Basically, you don't really have to wait. So they were like, that's not totally true, but we can put you in priority. So I was like, how long's the wait? And she's like, like 30 minutes. I'm like, no problem. So I get there, sit down, less than 5 minutes, boom, get called up. I'm like, fucking boom. The guy was a G, probably like my age-ish, like 30s, early 40s. Bless you. And he was like, he saw it there, and he was like, the problem was like when I did it, it wasn't like, unless you're traveling within like the next 30 days, you could go to Service Canada, you don't go to a passport office. So Service Canada people typically don't do passports because of this volume of people who needed them all of a sudden during COVID. Because all of a sudden people couldn't go anywhere, but they all wanted a passport. So like, I went there. This guy was at a passport office, so he was like, "I'm able to verify it all." He goes, "I'm pretty chill." The guy who do it is probably just busting your balls a bit and being a little serious. So the guy was chill as fuck. Ended up talking about World Cup, talking about funny French accents and shit, and like he was super cool. Did it all through. He's like, "You have a passport number by Wednesday, and you should have it within the next week or two." I'm like, "Fucking sick, cunt."
Perfect.
So I'm back in business.
That's incredible.
Because I haven't been able to leave. I just want to go to Buffalo and go to Trader Joe's, to be honest. That's really all I care about. So, maybe we're considering going somewhere. Maybe just, I don't know, like, just doing something. I don't know. Because I haven't been able to.
Go to Trinidad and Tobago.
The small island there?
It's kind of small. It's kind of small.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to an apartment viewing today.
Okay.
But it was there were issues. It was nice. It was nice, but it was brand new. It was in Kipling. That was one of the big issues. It was a bit far, very far west, and I wouldn't mind if it was far west if there was like more stuff to do. It was kind of like I went there, and the nicest thing was that building, and then everything else was just like nothing, just main road, a Popeyes, Burger King,
Kipling and Bloor.
That was it. Yeah, Kipling and Bloor, literally right next to the station. Right
yeah, okay. I know where that is. There's like we went in our first Aussie Grand Final. We went to a pub there. There's like an Aussie pub or like some sort of pub on that corner there. There's a few bars and stuff, but it's not like crazy. You'd probably have to go somewhere else.
And like it was a bit small, like way smaller than Auntie's place. So then I was just like, I'm gonna get the guy to contact me with more stuff because I'm willing to visit places while I'm here. So, but yeah,
is it still too early? Is it too early though? Because aren't you looking for like early?
I need Mel to whenever she gets a new job. Literally, it's not going to be too early. It's just as soon as she gets a new job. That's it.
Oh, so she got to get a job here, and then she's going to be out. Okay.
Yeah, then she'll be out.
Okay, so it is. If you find something and it said February 1st, you were like, "Yep, cool."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that changes everything. Yeah, bro. Okay, sweet as. Yeah. Well, like, Holla, at least you know you got Nosh and Auntie in the city that they can like look for stuff for you and help out if need be.
Nice.
Look at that. Getting the fuck out of Quebec. Shouts to Quebec, but also it's not the greatest place to live these days.
Yeah.
It's a little
exactly.
Rough. So, last episode of the year, as we always do, we do the wrap up, the year-end wrap up. We have a bunch of different categories, and we're just going to go through some of our favorite shit that the year that was. A lot of it, at least the first part, is music, and I would hazard a guess that we probably listen to the least amount of new music on the pod and for the pod than we used to. Like the last 2 years, we listened to.
Oh, easily. I'm looking
at
my list now, and yeah,
it was harder to find stuff. So I went through the easiest way to do this. I went through like the top albums and from like 5 or 6 publications and pulled the ones that I had heard, and the ones I didn't, I went through and listened to them today. So, well, not all of them to be fair, but most of them. To get as many as possible, and I would say we all kind of did the same thing. I just feel like we didn't listen to as much as I was like, fuck, man, I really fronted on a lot of shit this year. So let's go through. So the first category is our top 5 albums of the year for hip hop, like for rap music.
Are we all gonna say our top 5?
Yeah, I think we should all just go one at a time for this section, and then we'll go to the
and
next
if we have and then we discuss after if we have any issues,
any actual thoughts. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Dan, you start since you are the child here.
Yeah. Okay. So mine's in no particular order. Is that okay?
Yes. No, completely. Mine weren't
Okay.
either. So you're good.
Okay. Cool. I have top 5 albums of the year. DJ Khaled, God Did.
Nice one.
Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss. Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. Future, I Never Liked You, and Drake, Honestly, Nevermind. I put that
Okay.
in the rap. That is what I put as my top 5.
That's a pretty solid top 5 right there.
I think it's pretty top 5. I think the Pusha T one's easily 5th, but like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll all discuss them at length after then. So yes, your top 5.
Yeah.
Nosh. Your top, even if you don't have a full 5 as well, by the way, for anyone, like even if you say like you didn't listen to enough.
Oh,
or
I had
didn't...
like a now sweet as got stuck.
Okay. Yeah, run it.
I'll do. I guess there's no real loose one, but my favorite, which would be number 1, but the rest of them is going to be whatevs. The top 2 actually are solidified. Here we go. So Nas and Hit Boys, King's Disease 3. That was just a cracker.
Mhm.
My second is the Scene Smoke Well by Toxic City 2.
Let's go.
Absol's Herbert, Kendrick's Mr. Morale and Big Steppers, and Pusha T.
Good one. That's a good list. I was gonna put my stuff as like a special mention, so I didn't write it down there because obviously it needs to go.
Yeah, well,
shit slaps.
That's sweet.
Fly Toxic City 2 is out now, by the way. Make sure you check that. I was talking to Smokewell about being on this podcast, but he couldn't in the end, which worked out better because we had to do this. So we're going to get him on in January sometime to talk about the project.
Easy.
So for me, what I did here, because I hadn't really decided, I'm going to decide on my top 5. I probably put like 10 or so down for each of these. So I'm going to decide on my like top 5 as I go here. So I would say Kanye West, Donda 2. Nas and Hit Boy, King's Disease 3. Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. DJ Khaled, God Did. And I'd probably say Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss. I think those were some strong ones.
Oh, yeah.
So it sounds like we had a pretty reasonable crossover. Obviously, special mention to Relentless Deluxe and By Toxic City 2.
Of course.
Vibes. Let's talk about some of those projects. Any thoughts from you boys in general? Like, clearly there's a bunch of them that we all enjoyed. Some more than others. Obviously,
Yes.
God Did was probably the most interesting and eclectic one, even though it got trashed. All the ones online were trashing it.
Crazy though, because I thought it was like
It was
really
great.
good. I listened to it to this day. I listened to a lot of the album to this day. When I first listened to it, I was
Shit.
like,
What'd you say, Nosh?
like,
It's definitely not shit.
Yeah, it's not shit.
Yeah.
oh, far from. Like, I
Just
listened,
don't
like,
love it.
when I first listened to it, I was like, because a lot of DJ Khaled's albums, because he just gets a bunch of random, like, really good artists on an album, but it's like never really slaps like that.
Yeah.
But like, this album was a slapper. Like, it was sick. Actually, I fuck with it heavy. It was good. My thing is, where is Future on your list, Notion? That's what I'm
Don't even
just
know how to spell.
wondering.
I don't know how to spell Future, mate.
Where's Navadius at?
Navadius
I can't
Cash.
spell that
Where is he?
Where is old
It's not
Navo?
on-
That
those
album
letters
was
on
up
the
there.
keyboard.
I feel you. I feel like there was that's a definite. I almost put it in here for mine. I feel like there was a few other bangers that came in. Metro Boomin's Heroes and Villains was also like a really good album that we listened to a lot.
Good album, yeah.
Quavo and Takeoff only built for Infinity Links. Surprisingly, like I really enjoyed that, and they're not my vibe at all. It was
That's a solid tribute in the title there. That's kind of cool.
yeah, and honestly, bro, like I listened to. I think I said this on the pod, but I listened to them on Drink Champs, and this is before Takeoff passed and everything, and I was like, man, these guys are fucking not really what I thought they were. I was like, all right, I was wrong. Like, you can't actually give a fuck and actually show respect to your predecessors. And Takeoff was so significantly better than the rest of them. Like, actually listening to the music, I'm like, wow, he surprised me. And it's really not shit. And I really always thought that was shit. So that album got a bunch of burn from me. There was also Kendrick, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I noticed none of us put that in there.
Yeah, I
Brad
said
put
that.
it.
That was
Notion
Oh,
put
I'm
it.
sorry, Did. I'm sorry, Nosh.
Govies.
I know.
What's the thing we do? Tisk. That was an
Jesus.
interesting one. Like, I feel like I listened to it once. I don't think I listened to it
I
twice.
listened to it once, and then when I listen to it again, I'm like, skip. So no,
It's just
that
it's
couldn't
just
be on mine.
it's one of those substance fucking albums from Kenny, and you have to listen to it. It's not like one of those joints you can listen to at a party. Unfortunately, I think it's a necessary album, but it's not like a quote unquote banger. It doesn't have any like huge, fucking singles like that. So like his other albums, like it's like I don't know, Jay-Z's 444 kind of got slept on the same way because it doesn't have any like huge bangers, but then it's like it's full of substance and like maturity and the music. So it's like it's a different kind of
I've
listen. So I think it's a solo listen more so than a group party vibe listen, but it's still notable, and it's the pen game's disgusting and you can't fucking not note it.
I think Jay-Z done it, but way better. Because I can listen to 444 again and again and again. But
Yeah,
like,
that's
I can't
honestly
listen to
timeless.
this
But
album.
this one's definitely a grower in the same sort of way, but not as good, I guess. But like as 444, but it's still really good.
I think
I'm
you're
gonna say what
Necessary.
everyone else doesn't want to say.
right.
The album was mediocre, guys. Let's be honest now. It was mediocre. It was fine. It was fine. Like, yeah. First listen, wow, Kendrick. Now I'm just like, it's mediocre. It wasn't that good. I'm not a fan.
I respect that. I feel like it's possible. I need to give it another listen or two to see for sure if it's just mediocre or if it's one of those projects that's a grower. Like, Dan, you said CLB, excuse me, last year coming into this year was a grower. All of a sudden, like in the summer, you were like, yo, it slaps. Whereas, like, it wasn't hitting at first. So it could be, 6 months, 12 months time, we might be like, oh, okay, maybe he's just ahead of his time or something. Or maybe it is just average and we're giving him too much credit. I don't know. I guess we'll see on that one.
Potentially.
Another one, I put it in my top 5. I think we almost all did, was Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. I felt like it was a very patchy album. Like, it wasn't brilliant.
I struggled to put that in. I thought some songs were actually good. And
No, they were.
but, like, I did struggle to put it in. I think it's like, it just got in.
Yeah.
It just got in. It was, yeah.
It's
fine.
Squiggly, but
it was good.
It was, yeah. There was just a couple of there was a bunch of like really, weird flows and weird beats and stuff that I'm like, it's not it, man. It's not it. Like the albums before were so much better. Like King Push and like what was the one after that? Fuck, I forgot the name. They were just superior. This was cool. Oh, what was the one with Kanye? The one with Kanye was incredible. Oh my God.
Well, there were two. There were, which one though? There were two with Kanye.
The one with Whitney Houston's bar, Daytona.
Actually, no. I liked both songs with Kanye. They were both really good.
I meant the last album. So the last project, not song. Last album was superior, but I want to put it in there because Push is still a G. Another one that I had on this list as a potential was Corday from A Bird's Eye View that dropped in like January. That's probably why it would get forgotten.
Not too bad.
Which is pretty cool. And I know Donda 2, even though it was only released on the stem player, like it was still a banger.
I actually really liked Donda 2. I was debating between that and It's Almost Dry, but Donda 2 is clearly not a finished album. He hasn't got finished verses.
Yeah.
And like it's good. Like I do like it, but yeah, like some of the songs you listen to, he's just going no. Yeah. It's like it's good, but it's like
pretty
obviously
annoying,
not finished album.
So I feel like when I was looking at all these lists, trying to get ideas of what to write, because previously I'd write them all down in the notes, and then we stopped doing the music thing so much, so I didn't have them at hand. So when I went and looked for it, I was like, there's so many albums that none of us probably listened to this year, and it just shows like, and from like pretty big artists, I was like, oh wow, I missed all of this shit, and it's like,
it's crazy.
It was interesting just how much stuff came out that I just didn't give the time of day. I'm like, how are independent artists supposed to fucking get anywhere if all these bigger artists aren't even getting the share of listeners, So it showed how competitive music is, at least in hip hop to me. I was just like, fuck, man, like it's super tough. But I feel like it was a relatively good year for hip hop music, for rap music. Like
yeah. When I look back at it, it's like the year wasn't that bad, like at all. It wasn't the best, but we had a couple Drake projects. We had Metro Boomin do music with Future again. We had Stormzy drop. We had
Yes.
DJ Khaled drop. We had Beyonce drop. Like it's been a good year for music, to be honest. And Kanye done the too, yeah.
I agree.
I'm pretty happy.
Okay. So that was the rap album, if we've got no more to say on that. Keeping with the albums, R&B albums of the year. So, I mean, we're already really going to talk about hip-hop and R&B. I imagine none of us are really listening to much else, so it's kind of irrelevant. But top 5 R&B or soul or neo-soul, whatever you want to call it, albums of the year. Uncle Dan, what do we got?
Yes, so I have Stormzy, This Is What I Mean, Beyonce, Renaissance, Drake, honestly, never mind. Again, I put that in both categories. The Weeknd, Dawn FM, and Steve Lacy, Gemini Rights. But a couple of them are quite difficult for me because I don't listen to a lot of R&B. Like, it's quite difficult for me to put a couple of them albums in because there's like a couple songs that I like off that Weeknd album. There's like that one song off that Steve Lacy album that I really like, and like yeah, like it was hard, but like I'm quite happy with that list, to be honest.
Okay, that's a pretty good list. I like it. Nosh, what do you got there, little fella?
There it is, mate. Fuck. This was I didn't listen to many of these albums, to be honest. Didn't take a huge amount in, but definitely got to have Lucky Day in there. Yeah, Stormzy was unexpected. I don't know why it was in the R&B category, but I get it.
I'll explain.
Like it's just but yeah, Stormzy was fire. Very different. It's like his version of like doing my heart on my sleeve shit. Like it was just kind of like that vibe to me, which I thought was really cool. Fucking the SZA album was okay. I didn't hear. I think I only heard like a couple songs off the Ari Lennox joint. I want to hear all that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I listened to. There's other ones like I listened to the Drake. Honestly, never mind. But like I don't know. Yeah, I've listened to it again, I guess. But yeah, nothing else really huge to report from that end from me, mate.
Okay, respect. I probably listen to way more R&B than hip hop, just because it's like I've talked about it before. But whatever. If I go to do shit like during the day, whatever, you can't put rap on because you can't do things when you're dealing with words and emails and stuff. Like it just doesn't work. So in the car, we'll switch it up. But Tiff tends to like R&B, so like if I'm there and she's with me, then it's like, well, that's what you end up listening to. So Lucky Day, Candy Drip for sure. If I had to even choose an album of the year for R&B, like easily hands down that one for me. Giveon, Give or Take was phenomenal. Drake, honestly, never mind. Hated it at first and then really grew to like it. We listened to it a lot in the summer. Amber Mark, 3 Dimensions Deep. Big fan of her. And for a 5th, I would probably slide in right last minute would be SZA SOS. That one, and I know Nosh, you and I were talking about it after last episode when I was kind of shitting on it and you said you'll take a listen. I listened to it like 2-3 times and now I really like it. I think what happened was couldn't really hear it properly and it went on shuffle or something in the car the first time I listened to it. So it wasn't in the right order that it was intended. Right. So the more I listened to it, the more I enjoyed it. So definitely vibing with that one right now.
I heard the album was incredible. And I haven't listened to it. I want to probably listen to it on the way to you when I drive up.
Okay.
But like I heard it's so good. I heard it's like really good.
I don't know if I'd say incredible, but it's pretty good. Like it's pretty sick. Like to make it, I think you'll enjoy it. And there's a couple weird like left field songs on there. Like one's like a white girl folk, the other one is kind of like some like rock shit. It's very, very strange, some of the directions. But overall, it was a pretty dope album.
Nice.
And to answer the question from before, I put Stormzy in here because it was, I think if you look at the volume of rap verses on there, it's probably the same amount as Honestly Nevermind. Really. Like Stormzy, there's most songs he didn't rap on. He just didn't. So I was like...
He didn't rap,
Yeah. I would say, like, I can't remember how many songs. It must be less than 30% of the whole album is rap. For sure. So, like, and I think Honestly Nevermind, Drake had the Jimmy Cook song, whatever, on the end, which is a rap song. And I think there was one verse on the rest of the songs. And that was it. So, like, to me, that is closer to the R&B category. I thought that was just fairer. So that's why I put that one in there. None of us had Beyonce, but I can't see any of us really being Beyonce fans. You're kind of like exposed to it.
I put Beyonce.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. See, I keep
Beyonce.
getting it wrong. Why do I keep getting it wrong? Fucking cray.
Listening to
sure.
me.
Yeah, it's
No, it was. I enjoyed Beyonce sing. It was just like it was a big debate if she done it better than Drake. Like I just don't think she did. I just don't think she has as bad as Drake at all. But like, it was good. I actually did enjoy some of the songs.
some of them are
Shame
cool.
they're all over They're all over TikTok
Yeah,
now, so you can't really listen to them.
that's what I was gonna say. Like
Like,
you could have, you kind of forced to hear most of it, or at least
yeah,
the one
yeah.
that everyone does that stupid dance to, where they get like 10 people and stuff to do it. It's
Mm.
I don't know how
super
much like you love dancing. See,
dancing and
you should
pointing on
do.
TikTok.
You should make your own dance up, and then do it during the intro of like our first show of
Okay,
next year.
all right,
Do it.
all
You
right,
can point at the corners of the frame that we're in.
okay. I like that. You're thinking, man. You're a marketer.
I don't know.
I
Gotta
like
do
it.
something.
I fucking like it, man.
Fucking like you.
Another cool album was "Good Morning Gorgeous" from Mary J. Blige. Was a banger too. I didn't give that the attention that it deserved to make it. And Ari Lennox, I was going to say, no. So you heard a couple songs. The only thing was, it's like the more I listened to it, the less I liked it. And I just, she's always just corny to me. Like her lyrics are so whack all the time. She has so much potential, but they keep doing songs that don't work for her voice and her range. And then whoever the fuck is writing her lyrics is probably her, I guess. But it's not it, my guys. It's not it. I don't.
It.
Yeah, and I just see how crazy she is on Twitter all the time and stuff. I'm like, not shaming if she has any mental health issues. I don't believe so, but like, it's a little much. I don't know. It just didn't work. I feel like there were superior projects this year, but R&B was right. Fuck, I know. Shame. Don't like saying it, but Giveon Tiff was playing the fucking tits out of Giveon, and it's kind of brilliant. Like it's like when you actually hear the songs, you probably would have heard a bunch of them, but not all of them. When you hear them like in this run, he's just got this such an incredible voice that all so well it's produced. It's almost like it's a more soulful black version of Sam Smith type shit. Like a lot of the times, they're really, really good. So there's actually one or two songs that even sounded like Sam Smith. I think he might have even wrote it because we were listening to it like that fucking sounds like him, and we googled it and found that he did write it, if I'm not mistaken. But I feel like R&B, yeah, R&B was good. Good year for R&B. Very cool.
Nice.
So now we're doing songs of the year. So top songs, top 5 songs, but top whatever, because maybe you didn't love 5 songs. For rap, hip hop, rap music, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. Daniel.
Okay, there is one artist which is on mine quite a few times.
No
Drake. And there's no Nate Vadius actually. I should have put him in. I forgot actually.
Fucked up.
Actually, DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z. God did. That was a fucking sick song.
Big tune.
DJ. What else have I got? Drake, 21 Savage, and Travis Scott, Pussy and Millions, Penis and Millions.
Ooh yeah. Okay.
The Game, featuring Kanye, Easy. Drake and 21 Savage, Broke Boys, and Drake, Middle of the Ocean.
Okay, lots of Drizzly.
Drizzly.
Love it. Nurse, what you got? Any slappers?
I didn't have a specific list of this. I kind of just I'm gonna just jack a bit of yours, but also anything that was on I guess I'm gonna say anything that was on the King's Disease 3 would be good on this list.
There's a few fucking slappers on that shit.
Yeah, that could fill the top 5, no worries. So yeah, I'll just go with that. I just didn't have a specific list, so but I agree with what you said, but I'll let you say what you said.
No, okay, I'll run that. You mentioned as well, you listened to Herbert from Absol. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. I was trying to listen to it before this to see. I'm really impressed with some of these joints. There's one called Good Man with Punch. It's just like, I'm listening to this shit. I'm like, this is the music we would make. And I really didn't think Absol... Yeah,
he's super good.
Like,
good rapper.
Really good. Like, it's fucking really impressive stuff. So, like, I want to get
my top 5 songs would be then, I'd say anything from King's Disease 3, from Herbert, and from It's Almost Dry would fill my top 5 easily.
Perfect.
Like, you can take like 2 songs from each. That'll be a 6er.
And the Future album. well.
And then Future would be the fill the bottom section just for fun, just for you.
Because you love him.
Any other reason? Yeah.
Everyone loves
Yeah.
it.
No, I love you. I love you more than I love Future, but you know.
That's nice. That's sweet. That's kind. Look
Aw,
at
you're so nice. You're so nice.
For you.
that. All right, you homos. But yes, so I had the number one song of the year for me was "God Did" from DJ Khaled, Ross, Wayne, and Jay. Goat, no, she's choking over there. I would say "Yay, True Love" from Donda 2.
That was a great song.
Such a good song with the great verse and the XXX sample. Oh, actually, sorry, not a sample, an original chorus that they did.
Original chorus.
I would say The Game, Easy featuring Ye as well. Pusha T,
I
Diet
actually
Coke.
love that.
Yeah, it's a fucking, it's really
It's a
good.
fucking slapper. That game song is great.
Both verses are fantastic. It's just
Both
such a
verses
cool vibe.
are incredible.
Obviously the Pete Davidson diss is pretty funny. Pusha T, Diet Coke, that was the first single. I still think that's probably the best song off the album, even though it was like a 15-year-old beat from 88 Keys, which is crazy.
Yep.
And big underrated one, Benny the Butcher featuring J. Cole, Johnny P's Caddy. It's
Sick.
a spectacular verse from both of the guys, but Cole specifically is probably that verse, and Jay's verse on God Did be my two verses of the year for sure. Like, spectacular. I'm sure there were 800 million other incredible rap songs that... I had a discovery of the year. I'm going to add this in right now. A bunch of other songs that we just missed. And once again, like, I feel like we just didn't consume new music as much. It felt a little overwhelming. It was just with the sheer volume of stuff that's coming out. It's just impossible to keep up, man. Like, you just can't. You got to be listening to music 24 hours a day to even remotely keep up. So it's...
Facts.
Yeah, I feel like
Would you say your favorite song off that is the DJ Khaled one?
Off which project?
The top songs of the year.
Yeah. That came up in my Spotify Wrapped. It was God Did. It was the song I played the most. So
Interesting.
I listened to the album a lot. That's why I was surprised when people were shitting on it. Because like even the song with SZA called "Beautiful" is like SZA. And
that's a great
Future.
song.
I think it's fucking incredible. That actually should be. I should write that right here. Actually, in my R&B song for the year.
I could have put that.
Yeah. So, is this still time? We haven't said it yet. But yeah, either way, there's a whole lot of really great stuff that dropped this year. So we probably, once again, people will be like, "Yo, what about this? What about this? What about this?" Yeah. We were a little limited in our scope, I think, but there's some bangers. So that's rappity rap songs. So R&B songs. Might be. It sounded like you guys weren't all over it like maybe I was, but Dan, what you got?
I actually got an easy 5 for the R&B things because a lot of the rap albums had these like a couple R&B songs, or like people dropped a couple R&B singles. So like it's pretty easy for me to put this actually.
Okay.
But mine were Future and Drake, "Wait for You."
Great one.
Drake, "Massive," but I don't know if I could include that.
It's in mine.
That's my only thing. Okay. Drake and 21 Savage, Spin About You. Future, "Love You Better," and Steve Lacy, "Bad Habits."
Okay.
That's my top 5.
All right.
Steve-O, eh?
Fucking Steve-O coming in with the cheeky fucking dub.
I know, right?
No dog.
That's cheeky. I didn't have anything for this, but I'm gonna put my single. I did released a house song, a house produced track by me, called "Since Never." So I'm gonna put that one as my top 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I think it's fucking fair.
That's
so
good.
That is a little
That's
slapperoo, that is, mate. Go grab that notion.bandcamp.com. Go fucking get that in your dickhole, mate. All right.
To have a game, mate. Just fucking shelf a goog and go to the club. Have a nice time.
Throw Notion a little buck, a little dollar, fucking keep it moving. You bloody legends.
Yeah, get some Uber fare and we're on your way.
Let's go. So, I would probably have, I'm being a little lazy, and it's almost like pulling my favorite songs from some of the other better R&B albums of the year. So, Give You On Another Heartbreak, Drake, "Massive," Lucky Day, NWA with Lil Durk. Amber Mark, "What It Is," and probably DJ Khaled and SZA, and I think it was Future, "Beautiful." I thought there was a lot of good songs this year, but nothing like incredibly memorable enough for me to bring it back up. And I don't know if that's like a statement on music today. Like, is everything so transient that you just kind of listen to it once and then forget about it? Like,
Like, yeah, maybe like everyone's favorite has to be this like might be like the like super underground song of that album, you know, very unsung song. But I don't know, like I feel like one of the ones which were like two of the ones that are super big, sorry, are Drake Massive and the Wait For You track. Those are like the super big R&B ones. But other than that, yeah, I feel like there was nothing that big for R&B.
not that I can think of off the dome. I feel like maybe it's just because it happened recently, but people were losing their tits over SZA, which is fair. Because I think she hadn't dropped since 2017. So it's like 5 years. Control was then. So it's a bigger deal. I thought Giveon might have been a bit more of a stronger burn, but I almost feel like he was sort of in the back and just doing his thing. Like the R&B fans get hold of it and they just kind of rock with it, as opposed to like going everywhere. Because that's the problem, right? You got stuff like Drake and Beyonce and whatever. Anything that's a single gets picked up on social, like whether it's TikTok or fucking Instagram or whatever. Then it's like everywhere, and then it just becomes annoying. You can't go and enjoy that song now.
Yeah, it becomes washed out after a while. So
it's the same as like what would happen if it was on radio back in the day, back when radio.
Yeah. Back in 90.
Back when radio mattered.
98. Good times. What a year.
98.
Great year. Noriega's favorite year.
I remember that year.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, makes sense. I remember.
Killer every year. So, yeah, I feel like that's a whole other conversation as far as, like, the consumption of music and shit. With that, does anyone have, and this is not, like, a mandatory thing, does anyone have, like, an MVP, like an Artist of the Year that really was a standout wherever you heard them this year? Like,
I have a list of 3 who I thought were really good.
Okay.
And one of them is quite controversial, and even I'm not even sure if I believe it. But then I'm kind of looking into it, and I'm kind of seeing him on loads of these features, and I'm just like, he makes these songs better.
Right.
So mine are Drake. Obviously, he dropped 2 albums. Both were amazing, and all the features he was on as well were great. So there's that. And I feel like Future had a great year. His song on the DJ Khaled album was great. His album was great. Yeah, his album was incredible. I really liked him a lot.
Yep.
And my other one is 21 Savage. Okay. But hear me out. I feel like all the features he is on Her Loss and on the Metro Boomin album are great. I feel like they're great. Like they're I don't think they're shit at all. Like I used to listen to songs where he was on it, and I was like, oh, I don't think I can listen to it. It's like I just can't. I can really stand his music. But like I thought on the features this year of the 2 albums where he was on like a lot of the songs, like he was great. Like I really thought he was really good. That is why I put him there.
Okay, I don't necessarily think that's unfair at all. And Drake and him both admitted to helping each other write the verses. So I think that could also be why his shit on Her Loss is significantly tight. Like every time I hear him rap, I start to get ready to cringe. And then I was like, oh, that wasn't shit. That was all right. And I think that makes the album better. Super surprising, but also it makes more sense knowing that they said they helped each other. So maybe like he helped Drake dumb it down or something and made it simpler. Because Drake has bars, you know, contrary to maybe popular belief, like Drake is an impeccable writer. He does write a lot. He just has other people write for him too. So it's like you can't front on his pen. So he might have been going to try. I don't know what he would have contributed, or maybe just, you know, he's from Atlanta. He says words that Drake wouldn't use, maybe just to suggest something fun. But
that could definitely be like the dumbing it down of stuff instead of making a verse like super complex. It's just kind of like just say this one word instead.
I 100% think that could be it. Yeah, which is dope. Nosh, any MVP or Artist of the Year that stands out to you?
Nas just killed it. I'm just so happy with the album. That just gives me life. Inspires me to make more beats like Hit Boy, or just not like him, just like do my own, just keep doing what I'm doing, because that's kind of, I mean, he makes incredible shit, and it's like I need to it makes me want to step my game up in both my production and my, my pen game. So yeah, that's probably the absolute forefront of praise for me for the whole year.
Okay, I love that. That's a really good one. Love it. I just wrote down the 3 that I thought was probably like yay for, you could say, the artist, because he did drop a bunch of stuff, a bunch of features, the album and stuff. Lucky Day, because I know, to me, that was probably my favorite album of the year. I feel like he popped up on a few features. He was on Ari Lennox's album and a few other spots. And I don't know why I wrote this down. I just thought maybe because everyone's losing their shit like SZA. But it's not even really for me. It's more like, what did she achieve this year? So it might be that might be a little premature. I feel like those were all really good answers. It's a little tough because I feel like no one like dominated, and it's kind of hard to say someone that isn't like Drake or someone or Beyonce, whatever the fuck. Like, they're all so big and they just dominate the conversation so heavily. It's like hard to justify someone else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it was so hard to put anyone else. Like, even when I look at my top 10 top 10 songs on my replay, there are 4 artists on the top 10.
Yeah.
So it's so hard. Like, even if I go down to top 20, there's only still 4 artists. And I go up to the top 30, there's 4 artists. No, now there's 5 artists. Like, no, 7, 8. Yeah, now it goes to like 10 artists. Yeah. But like, for my top 30 to only have 10 artists in, my top 20 to only have like 6 artists. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it shows a lot. Like, what the listening habits. It's very different, and I think it shows the value of music and what it does overall for a career. And I think it's like makes it harder for musicians to just want to do music, because it seems like it's just one small part. If you can crack it, it'll get you like up, boost your profile. Yeah. You ride that for a little bit, and in the meantime, you make sure you plan other things, whether it's like other businesses, get into acting, get sponsors, commercials, something to keep the money, because music's not going to pay the bills. Like, for anyone but the 0.00001% type shit. Like, it's tougher than ever now, which is an interesting thing to see that. I kind of spoiled this one before, but was it like verses of the year or verse of the year? I said the 2 that I had, which were Jay-Z on God Did and J. Cole on Johnny P's Caddy. Those are my 2 personal favorites, but were there other like fucking insane verses that y'all heard this year?
For me, I also had those 2, the J and the J and the J.
The J and J.
And I also had Stormzy, Mel Made Me Do It.
Mm-hmm.
I had Drake, Middle of the Ocean, because that is such a ridiculously good song. I'm on a lot of like when I go on Twitter and I go on Reddit, people say that's like the best Drake song of like the 20th century or something. Like, people say it's insane.
Okay.
Like, it's such a good song. It is one of his best for years. So like, the verse on that is great, because it hasn't got a hook as well. So it's similar to the Stormzy song where there's no hook. He just goes straight in. So
great.
There's that one, and the Drake on Churchill Downs. But I don't know if I just love it because it's really good, or I love it because Jack Harlow's verse is so hilariously bad that Drake just absolutely schools him. Like,
yeah, and it wasn't even that good. It wasn't even peak Drake. Like, it wasn't even. Like...
Yeah, it wasn't peak Drake. It was good. It was fun. But like, I feel like Jack Harlow's verse, and whenever I listen to it, it's so funny when he says the bar about his grandpa wouldn't like it if he had 100 grand, so he wouldn't show him 100 grand. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
He was trying to be Drake so bad on that verse.
So hard. Like, that's the thing, is that I don't mind listening to it because I actually think about it and I actually compare it to Drake. It's so funny.
Because you can tell that's what he's doing.
Oh my god, yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah. And then when Drake comes and does the actual Drake thing, it's like proper.
It's interesting. Proper. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't want to shit on Jack too much because I do like him, but like this album, this whole era of stuff, not the one. So we'll see what he does next.
Exactly. But yeah, Stormzy was great as well.
Stormzy was a great addition because that was fucking fire. Like a 10-minute verse type shit. One of those tracks. Yeah. Did you have any to add to that, Nosh? Any verses?
Pretty much. I mean, man, everything you mentioned, Dan, was fire. Pretty much, again, everything on King's Disease 3 and Buy Toxic City 2. That's it.
Let's go. That was a
Strap
little
on, it's
more
fun.
in the bar set, like than Relentless. I definitely listened to that, and I'm like listening to it now. It's on like Spotify and putting it on a little bit. I'm like, man, it's sick. I'm really proud of it. Like, man's got buzz. Like,
I'm gonna make some Instagram captions out of Buy Toxic City 2.
Do you think it's Instagrammable? Because that's the only way you can get anywhere. You think
I'm gonna
like
give it a
the
shot.
22-year-old, clubbing chicks are gonna
Give it a
be
shot.
like, hello, what are you gonna say? All right,
Oh, that's cute.
that's so fucking cute. All
You're
right,
fucking cute.
thank you. All right. So one that I was about to dash this thing because I couldn't really think of anything as we were talking over text, but I just thought of someone now. The best discovery of the year, like an artist or something that you discovered this year that was like, that's fucking sick. And I don't know if you guys have anything. My understanding was that you didn't. Is that?
I figured out something
Oh, all right.
that I actually really like house music. And I thought for years it was shit, like so shit. And then when I think about listening to music now, I feel like I listen to it very differently. And I
Okay.
feel like certain music fits in certain spaces, and I'm not comparing everything to the best. I'm not comparing like Future to like the greatest peak Eminem verse. Like I'm not comparing that. I'm not comparing house music to hip hop music. And I listen to it in its own space, and house music is actually fire. Like, and that is my discovery of the year.
That's
Let's
dope.
be real. It's because you heard my single Since Never. Is that what?
Available on
Made you love
Notion.Bankcamp.com.
That was probably when I discovered it was actually incredible. That was probably it. That was a turning point.
Makes sense.
Changed my life.
That makes sense.
If only it was
Thanks,
available at Notion.Bankcamp.com for purchase for $1 right now. It's just,
I mean, that if only
if
in
only
a perfect world,
that's where it
you
would
could go
be.
on the website and check.
It'd be worth taking a quick look just to see if it's there. But yeah, that would
Just
be
to check. What's
just
the
to see.
website again?
Notion.Bankcamp.com. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go grab that. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
So that's a great discovery, and I think I
is
speak for.
great.
If you didn't have one, Nosh, do you have one? Because I have one that would apply to you as well. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, shoot.
We discovered this gentleman by the name of Piff Marty on Instagram. I feel like you'd feel me. And we worked with him with one of our clients. I think Tiff found him, and he worked with one of our clients, and he's such a professional. So he's an MC, he's a rapper, but he's also like a marketer. And I don't know if he works there now, but he used to or does work for Gary V's Vayner Media, so his agency. So the way he approaches his music is straightforward, and he's got a pretty interesting style, which I do like. It's not like my favorite thing about him though. Like the music's cool, but it's his approach to social. So he doesn't do any real music videos, like real, meaning everything he uses his phone for. Like every single thing you see is his phone. So he shoots all these videos on a phone, and captions them, and he does these things where maybe he's sitting in like a studio and you have his mic, he'll just say things and caption it up. It's just like a really like tips for artists and all this stuff. So he's got like, I don't know where he was when we found him, but he's pushing 200K I think on Instagram or something like that. Like definitely in the 100Ks, and doing a lot of brand deals. Saying even small things like saying to artists, you look at Spotify Rap. Don't compare your Spotify Rap to an artist who had help. So if you didn't have help, like I didn't have help, so I can't look at my numbers and go to the person who had a PR who got him in Complex and got him on Rap Caviar. They have millions of plays and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not the same. It's not equivalent, and it's not fair to compare yourself. So just shit like that. Dropping little gems for artists to, I just thought it was really interesting, and I just like the way he approaches, and he was a good dude for many dealings that I had with him for the client stuff. No, I just fuck with his shit. I think he's great.
Papa. It's a great example.
Yeah. So it was good. So Dan likes house. And go follow at Piff, PIFFMARTI. Go check him out and fucking look at his gems. Let him know we sent you, which is great. So another thing I had was, and I didn't really have that much. I had one idea, but disappointment of the year. What was the thing that disappointed you the most? I think
have 4.
Oh, I see yours. I feel like you could run this down because you've added something to
Not enough real shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's
not enough real shit.
That's a big one.
No, I'm just being old.
Old and grumpy. Be realer.
For me, the Stormzy album, yeah, I agree with your point completely.
Could you
Like,
express
it's
that?
good because it's okay. Stormzy's album essentially just being R&B, and there's like barely any rap. But like, I
Very
don't
unexpected.
hate the fact. Yeah, it's the fact it's unexpected. It's not that I think it's shit R&B. I think it's a great
Yes.
album.
Yes.
I just wish especially after he released Mel Made Me Do It, he
He set
done
us
more
up for the
rapping.
wrong
Like,
thing. Yeah.
yeah,
Set
exactly.
the
Like that.
expectations to this 10-minute bar
Yeah.
fucking fest, and then gave us this real soulful gospel fucking singing album where he's got like 3 verses
Yeah.
on the whole thing. It doesn't add up. I didn't think of it like that. That's a really good point. The setup was the main thing. Because then it went,
Mhm.
if he went and dropped the fucking thing where he was a video or something, a pre-single or whatever, because that Mel Made Me Do It's not even on the album. It was just
Yeah,
like
it's not even on the album, and I'm just like, oh.
it's just one of those things. But if he went and dropped something that was similar vein to what's on the album, then you'd be like, oh, okay, it's like Drake dropping Honestly Nevermind, and we're all like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Type shit. But it ended up being good. It's not that it's not, like you said, it's not that it's not good. It's just you didn't prepare us, buddy.
Exactly. That was the main thing. There was that. There was the fact Jack Harlow's album was mediocre after all the hype, and after me thinking he was just this TikTok guy, and then only to discover he was actually like a really fucking good rapper.
Yes.
And then for him to drop that album, that was hugely disappointing for me personally.
I couldn't agree more. It was big. Yeah. I don't want to shit on him because I don't dislike him at all, but that album was not it, and I think the sales and people's response to it were kind of echoing that.
Yeah. Another one I had was, so you see the second song on the DJ Khaled album, which is Use This Gospel remix with Eminem.
Yes.
That song is so fucking shit. I don't give a fuck. That song is the worst thing ever. Why did he do that? And I blame Eminem completely.
And it was
And that's
Dre
all Eminem's
produced it.
fault. Like the song on the original album, what was the album again?
Jesus is King.
Jesus is King. That song is one of the best songs on the album. It's so good.
It's incredible.
It's so good. And now you're telling me you're gonna switch on the instrumental and put Eminem on that. Eminem was so shit on it. I just oh my god, it was so bad.
It was unnecessary for such a soulful, beautiful song.
Yeah.
It wasn't the move. But
it was not the movie.
It's cool to see them all working together, but it's new Eminem. Everyone loves him, but do we need to keep hearing it? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Continue.
So my final one was my point about Kendrick Lamar's album having no replay value.
Yes.
That was one of mine.
Which is like once again not a shit album. It's I don't think it's an unfair call to say that. I think it's like people probably would agree with that. We'll see. It's one of those ones where like we'll see. But yes, I think that's a pretty common thing.
Yeah.
I think those are pretty fair disappointments of the year. I agree with all of those. Then we have, moving on from that, now positive tip, just moments of the year. So we've got I've got this one list of I guess we gotta pay respect to the people who passed this year that we talked about. So maybe I'll just read out a few names. Oh fucking hell! This is 92 different people on this list to have.
Whoa!
So
shit!
I'll just flick through as quick as I can and pull out the ones that would matter to the audience
in this space.
Yeah. So there's that guy, that DJ Twitch on Ellen who killed himself last week or whatever. I didn't know who he was, but super sad. Kirstie Alley, an actress that we watched growing up. Oh wow, are you serious? So I'm absolutely full respect, but there's a guy, a baseball player from the 60s. His name is Gaylord Perry, and he passed. I'm sorry, Gaylord. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
It's the best name of all time. This lady, Irene Cara, who's like a singer who got like sampled. Oh, the Flashdance chick who did that song. Okay. Which was a pretty crazy one. While I'm looking, Aaron Carter. That was fucked up. Takeoff. Jerry Lee Lewis, or Recall. Oh yeah, that gay dude, Leslie Jordan. I say gay dude because his whole thing was that hilarious voice. You know him, this guy. He had like a whole bunch of funny videos and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
he was really funny. That's a shame. I didn't realize he passed. Robbie Coltrane. What's the name of the uh, Harry Potter Hagrid? Harry Potter.
Oh yeah,
Hagrid.
Hagrid, yeah.
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 Coolio,
Spewing.
which
Dang.
is I forgot about that for a second. See how much fucking life, man. It just like gets you completely distracted from everything. You got all these people who are like just legends, just passing, and you know. Oh, yeah, Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Mikhail Gorbachev, the old Russian president there. Oh, Anne Heche, the actress who was Ellen's partner. Olivia Newton-John. Issey Miyake, the guy from the fashion designer dude. Bill Russell, NBA player.
Oh, what?
I'm trying to see. There's a lot of like folks that are all when they're posting them, they're all like black and white photos, like mad old, that we wouldn't know. Oh, Ivana Trump, like Ivanka Trump's mother, like Trump's ex. James Caan, actor. Remember him? Maybe.
James Caan. Name rings a bell.
Oh, Ray Liotta. Shit. This is some of the things you're like, oh fuck, these mans died this year. That's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
I'm skipping through a whole bunch. There's a bunch of like politicians. Gilbert Gottfried. Oh yeah, I remember that guy. He's an actor. You know him if you see his face. George Costanza's mother on Seinfeld, like the actress.
Right.
Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters. I forgot about that too.
Yeah, drummer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Madeleine Albright, who was the Secretary of State, I remember the name, in America. Wrestling legend Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon or Ramon. Do you guys know?
Ramon.
Yeah.
Razor
Ramon, yeah.
I have no idea. Some couple blokes on Sesame Street, which is crazy. They've been putting that. I feel like that might be the
Takeoff.
Takeoff. I said that earlier. Yeah, Betty Davis, who was a singer as well. Yeah, Takeoff was more of the. See, you remember like the newer ones, but you don't remember maybe the ones that happened a little while ago. Oh fuck! Is this giving me an ad? All right, the thing stopped working, so I'll stop there. Just if I miss anybody, apologies. So there was that moment of the year. Should we do that? The BuzzFeed list that we had, Dan, or do you want to? Should we go through the other stuff first? And I'll.
Yeah, well, it's up to you. I haven't gone through the entire BuzzFeed list, so
Okay.
you can if you want. But
Okay.
I have other stuff. Eventually.
Okay, maybe start going through your stuff, and I'll pull up that list and just
Okay.
sort of scan through it as we're talking, so that I can like pull up, so we don't have to waste time looking at weird whack shit.
Okay. I have
So I guess yay first and foremost.
yeah, is a big one. Everything about what he's doing this year has just been a whole moment,
Yeah,
a whole big thing.
yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
what to say. It's hard
just
to tell.
madness, just madness. Like there's that.
Yep.
Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
true.
fuck! That's probably like got to be the most intense moment of the year.
That might
the
be
very
like the
start of the-
craziest
Yeah.
thing.
Easily. When was it? Like, when are the Oscars? Start of the year, right? That's usually award season, like February, March, maybe.
Start of the year, I believe. Yeah. So
That's a
there's
crazy
that.
way to kick it off.
Yep.
That was insanity. I couldn't believe. I always remember when I received a text from either you or Tiff saying like, "Show me this video." I was just like, I could not believe it. Like,
Yeah.
I lost
Yes.
my mind. Like,
It was right after the podcast too, so it was a Sunday night.
yeah. I
Um,
remember it was a Sunday night.
insane. It's just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
The best World Cup ever, in my opinion. The
Insane.
best World Cup I think I've ever seen.
Just soccer.
Messi winning it was the best thing ever. I think his performance was the best performance I've seen from an individual ever in any tournament. Like, it was just incredible. And for the final to go 2-0 Argentina, then 2-2, then 3-3 in extra time, then penalties. insane. Like I've never seen a World Cup like that. Like
Best.
Edgy
it,
seat.
it was the best. It was the best. Like so good.
Everyone was creaming. I didn't watch it, but I heard good things.
You watched your boy there,
Which boy?
Hutchinson.
Oh yeah. I watched him. Shouts to Atiba.
Atiba, he was
At the
sick.
beginning, but yeah, I didn't watch everyone was creaming over the final. Probably should have watched it in hindsight. It sounded actually pretty fun.
Just lit.
So good.
I messed up.
Let's watch it on Christmas Day instead of trash TV. Hey.
Can we do both?
Ole, ole. I guess so.
No shit.
It'd be like a condensed game. You
Yeah.
watch it.
That's not a bad idea. Just the highlights. Sorry, go Daniel.
It's okay. I have Liz Truss being Prime Minister of England for 45 days.
Yes, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I remember her getting appointed, and then just so many videos of her surfaced of her being like really stupid, like really dumb. Like they'd ask her like simple math questions, or just like she just wouldn't know what to do. Like she's so stupid, it's crazy. There was that.
It's crazy.
A recent one was apparently this footage of Ghana snitching, which is a big one.
Well,
Big one. And I've seen 6ix9ine. He put out an Instagram post addressing it, saying, "You guys can't like call me a snitch. You haven't lived this lifestyle. Look at this snitch here, Ghana, blah blah blah." It's quite funny.
shouts to 6ix9ine.
There's that.
Staying relevant.
There was the right?
Wow.
The 21 Savage and Drake album rollout. The whole thing was just 10 out of 10. Like the rollout was so good.
It really was.
Such a good rollout.
Hilarious the whole time.
Yeah, literally the fake skits, the fake SNL, the fake what was the other one?
Vogue cover, and they got sued for it. The fake Tiny Desk.
The
fake Howard Stern interview.
Howard Stern and the stuff that Drake was
so
saying on it. Like it was just so funny.
Yeah, they did
so
really
funny.
Best
and J. Cole becoming a professional basketball player.
Unpredictable.
True. Playing in Scarborough. There you go.
Playing in Scarborough, still playing now, yeah.
Let's go. Go Jermaine.
Those are my moments
okay.
of the year.
I love that. I had the Atlanta finish, the TV show, and the last series was just the fucking weirdest shit. It just wasn't slapping at all.
Oh, it wasn't
I
good?
thought. No, I was like, we were like really, really shocked with that shit. Like really, like
That's a shame.
yeah. It just
Like I've watched a few episodes and I want to like fully watch it properly.
It's worth it for sure. It's worth watching. It's just the last season. It's because it kept like changing between things. So there'd be one episode where it would continue the same story, which is like Childish Gambino and his cousin who's the rapper and doing the stuff, and then it would go to this like just random story, just about a kid, a white family, rich white family whose Trinidadian nanny died, and then the kids talk in Trini and they went to the funeral, and the whole thing is just about that. And the only tie-in is that you see like Childish Gambino's cousin, the rapper's name's Paperboy, so then you see posters around the city or whatever for him, and that's it. That's the only tie-in. And then it just go back to the episode again. I was like, what is happening? Like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's very strange.
That's odd.
So a little disappointed with that one. I'm just kind of scanning through here. There's a bunch of stuff on this about like all meme stuff. We don't really talk about that stuff here. Like there's things that are like the biggest viral moment. Like shit like when Julius Fox, who was the chick, you guys remember who she is? The girl who was dating Kanye for a bit? Yeah, and she did that interview with Call Her Daddy, and where she was talking about that movie. It's called Uncut Gems, but she was like, Uncut Gems. The way she said it was so funny. And she used to be a dominatrix, and she was talking about, I can't do the voice good enough. It's my favorite. Tiff gets so mad. But she says, like, what she says, the host asked her, like, did you have to fuck the guys? And she's like, no. You have to make them sure they're never good enough. They're never good enough for the pussy. And the way she says it is like this, like, I'm not even remotely doing it. It's so good, man. It's so good. Like, I'll have to find it. That. It's on Twitter afterwards. It's just, and she's like saying it in that real, like, kind of New York Valley girlish kind of accent.
Yeah.
That, like, and very like disinterested, and her voice is really like croaky type of thing. It's hilarious. It's so fucking good, so good.
Oh my god!
But anyway, they
Sounds
had a
hot.
bit. Yeah, it's no.
I'm kidding. Definitely kidding.
I was just trying to look at all the other stuff is more like internet based stuff that like I know about it all, but we don't talk about it here, and I don't think anyone really gives a fuck. But I kind of feel like if there's nothing else, we're actually right at our usual time to wrap this up. So
That's beautiful.
I'm feeling pretty good about it all. So, I mean, look, it's been a pretty fucking good year for the pod. We were consistent, with the exception of summer, because of the move. So that was my fault primarily. But it was kind of good to have a break from more content, to be honest. And now it kind of gets me more like amped for it all. So we're gonna take the next two, because we usually record on a Sunday and release Monday, but this Sunday is Christmas and the following Sunday is New Year's Day, I think. So yeah, we probably won't be recording. Yeah, man's be turning up. You know the vibes.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna take it off. No one gives a fuck to listen to new content over that time. Nothing's even happening to talk about, so it makes the most sense to take those 2 weeks. We'll probably come back that next Sunday, next Monday, which would be the whatever. The 1st is that 7th. We'll drop it on the 8th of January, something like that. But yeah, any final words before we wrap up for the year, guys?
Love you, cunt. You're sick as fuck. Get a dog up, yeah.
Yep.
Fucking
Eminem.
drink lots of
Eminem
water.
retire.
Call your mum.
Eminem retire.
Dan's giving hate. No, she's like sending like love vibrations. I like it.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Big up Messi. Big up Messi for everything he done.
There you go. Sports.
Football vibes. Okay, fair enough. Sports.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's blessed. I love it. It's been a good year, though. I feel like it's been a cool year. I had a lot of personal things that went well, and like dropped fucking 2 projects in the space of less than a month, which is I've never done before. It's great. Now I've officially got no music and ready for new stuff, so I feel positive and ready for a big 2023. Do you know what Tiff said to me the other day? She's like, I saw someone say this, and they were like, you have you noticed, or you haven't seen anyone say 2023 is going to be my year? You know how everyone says that shit?
Yeah,
no one said it since 2019, since 2020, because everyone was talking about it, and then because that was like the worst year ever.
Interesting.
No one's saying it, and I'm like, oh my god, there's only one person who I've seen say it to a degree, not in that way, and you can already guess who it might be, Nush. But a friend, you know, they always talk like that.
Okay. Right.
And it's okay. He didn't do it in like a crazy way anyway, but it was the only person I've seen even talk about. Like he was just saying he was excited for the year, really, but it was the closest thing to it. Otherwise, like it's very fascinating. I feel like everyone's cautious about the future.
Cautious,
well, I don't know if it's
up.
Well, I feel like everyone's not.
Like,
what's the word? Not positive. Not like optimistic about 2023 because everything's been pretty weird the last 3 years.
Past 3 years, everything's been very much up in the air, but you know, who knows? Now Messi's won the World Cup, everything's going to go back to normal, I think.
You think so?
That's what I think. I don't know. I think 2022 was a great year.
You for all the fuck shit.
Yeah, no more fuck shit. But
no more fuck shit, yeah.
No more fuck shit, please. Let's just be chill and like just do stuff and be cool. And everyone be positive and fuck bitches and get money.
This year I went to 2 places I'd never been to before.
That's always great.
And I went to Toronto multiple times, which I'm very happy about.
There you go. That's important.
I moved in with my girlfriend. And
big year.
Just doing bear shit, you know. Now I'm looking to move to Toronto now.
Let's fucking go.
So, big shit.
I love it. Good shit, boys. Well, let's wrap this hoe up. What order do I do this in? Do I say Notion? Is it you? I go through first, Nosh? I can't remember.
Notion first.
All right, Nosh. Where can everyone find you online, you little fucking legend?
Mate, get your pocket rocket out at Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Notion MTB. NotionBeats.com. Get a fucking beat up, yeah. Illnote Studios on Instagram and Facebook. IllnoteStudios.com. Fucking suck a dong. Have a good week. Good Christmas. Happy holidays. New Year. Fucking peace, love, and happiness. Don't be a dumb cunt. Dan?
You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Dan Johnson. I don't know why. I'm looking at Notion smiling, it's just making me laugh. And HTFJXMING on Instagram, TikTok. Fuck TikTok though, because I don't get views on TikTok, but Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, all that stuff. And Merry Christmas all. Enjoy your time with your families, wherever you are, wherever you may be. Messi won the World Cup, so yeah. Great. See, sorry.
Love it. That's it. You can get me CWFOR Facebook and Twitter, CWTMF on Instagrizzle and TikTok. Of course, Biotoxic City 2 is out now. Relentless Deluxe out now. Go grab that everywhere you stream music. It's they're both available on Bandcamp as well. One of them's on Relentless is on mine, and Biotoxic City's on Smokewell's Bandcamp. So you can just go cop that if you feel like supporting. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening this whole year. Echoing the boys, everyone have a safe, safe holiday, safe break, whether you're with homies or family, whatever it is. Just chill the fuck out, reflect, plan, visualize. If we all visualize like a lit world where like no fuckery's going down, maybe shit'll be better. Like, let's just be like more cool and more chill and more like, let's be more gooder. Let's be more gooder.
More gooder in that.
Yeah, more gooder.
Get a thummy.
Oh, let's get a thumbnail. I still got to do the end part because I went on a tangent briefly.
You're a massive dick.
I know, I really am. All right, y'all ready? Boom. Guys, if you like the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell.
Ding dong, catch you can.
So you know when the new drops. Follow us everywhere at The Movement Fam. This episode will drop when you're hearing it. We're basically going to drop it tonight. But if you, subscribe, check out the old audio and all that stuff. The old episodes, because that'll keep you going over the holidays if you're fucking, you've listened, you're like, ah, shit. Mate, Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2023. Get a dog up, yeah. Woof.
Dogs.
Catch you can. Santa and dogs. Get a dog. Get a dog.
Trendy is go wolf.
Yeah.
Trendy is go wolf.
Get dog. Yeah. Dog go wolf. Dog go wolf. Wolf. Arf. Wolf. Cunt. Santa. Bless you.
Bless you.
Catch you can.